The Chicago Sky lose once again, but they lose in a not as bad way as it could have been. It could have been way worse. Chicago Sky lose to the New York Liberty 66, Chicago Sky 85, New York Liberty. Now, going into this game, I expected the Chicago Sky to lose, but I was hoping that it would be between 10 and 20 points. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was hoping for, and we basically got that. We basically got that, so, like, I'm not upset about that at all. The New York Liberty are just really, really good. They are 9-0 on the season. When will they lose a game? I mean, it's going to be a while, right? This is a game that could have gone way worse than it actually did. Way worse. And it didn't. So that's something, I guess. First up, let's talk about the New York Liberty. Well, I mean, the New York Liberty, they just have so many weapons. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Because Brianna Stewart is going to eat 18 points for her. 8 of 14 from the field. She had 7 rebounds, 5 assists for Brianna Stewart. And if you want to kind of focus on Brianna Stewart, well, Sabrina Ionescu is going to knock down buckets. You know, she ultimately had 23 points in this game. 7 assists for the point guard, or part-time point guard, I would say, at times, Sabrina Ionescu. Then you got off the bench, Kennedy Burke. You want to focus on the other players, right? You want to focus on the other players and make sure that, you know, players like a Sabrina and Natasha and Phoebe, like, you want to make sure that those players are not going off. Well, you got Kennedy Burke coming out of nowhere, draining literal darts. Like I think Rebecca Lobo said it in the commentary, like, because her shot is really like a boom. It's automatic. You know, Kennedy Burke goes 3 of 3 from 3, 15 points for her. This New York Liberty team is a well-oiled machine. And here's the deal, guys. Natasha Cloud, offensively, does not even play that great of a game. Defensively, again, she's just a masterclass defensively. Masterclass. Definitely the best guard defender in the WNBA, I would say. She does her thing on a defensive end. Offensive, she struggles a little bit. But it doesn't matter because you look at all the other weapons you have on your team. And let's not forget, guys, Jonquel Jones is hurt right now. So she's out. Jonquel's out. And we see the result, right? So the Chicago Sky lose. They lose to an exceptionally good New York Liberty team, a team that is now, I believe, 9-0 on the season. But I will say this. The Chicago Sky don't lose as bad as I thought they might lose by. Now, is this... Will some of y'all be like, see, Quita, you can't accept reality. The Sky played terrible and blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal, guys. I watch every single Sky game. I've watched every single Sky game for years. Every single Sky regular season game I've watched for years. And I will say, as someone who just watches this team play constantly, night in and night out, with various schemes, I will say today was not that bad, considering everything. Here's the deal. The Chicago Sky come into this game. The Sky come into this game without a point guard. Mariah Jefferson is still out. She has not played a game this season. You got Courtney Vandersloot, who just tore her ACL, so she's out. And so this is a team that is rudderless. They don't have a navigator to help them figure out the game, right? So instead, you have to rely on 2 shooting guards to make it happen for your team, right? You have to rely on Rachel Banham, who is not a point guard, to play point guard. You got to rely on Hailey Van Lith, who is not naturally a point guard, but we're trying to make her a point guard, the point guard. So in the starting lineup, you got Rachel Banham, who started today. You had Beck Allen, who started today, which was a change for the Chicago Sky because we have seen Beck Allen come off the bench for this team. And today she got to start. Kia Nurse came off the bench. And Beck Allen, you know, offensively, she struggled. Doesn't score a point today. Overall, everybody was struggling for the Chicago Sky. Everyone besides Angel, right? Beck Allen, 0 points. Rachel Banham did not score until late in the fourth quarter, where she eventually knocked down a 3-point shot. She finishes the game with 3. Camilla Cardoso almost gets close to a double-double, flirts with a double-double, 8 points for her, 9 rebounds. Again, I want to see her more involved in the game. I want to see her more involved. I do like her back and forth with the guards at times, but I really want to see her yeah, sure, do back and forth passes with the guards, but get in the post up, and get them to give you the basketball and work. All right. Ariel Atkins, once again, struggles offensively. We all know how good of a player Ariel Atkins is, but she just can't consistently play the game that she needs to play. She got signed to this team. She got picked up for this team because she is a really good player who can play well on both the offensive and defensive end. And today, they needed more on the offensive end for a player like Ariel Atkins. They need more from her. Now, defensively, yeah, Ariel's going to do her thing. She's going to play some defense. She's going to rock out. She's going to do some stuff. But you really do need more on the offensive end for Ariel Atkins. Now we go to Angel Reese. Now, I will say, guys, this is probably the best game Angel's played so far this year. And the reason why I say that, it's not because of the points. It's actually not. So today, Angel has 17 points, 8 of 13 from the field. It's like pretty efficient. 11 rebounds for her, 3 assists, 5 steals. Yes, she does have 5 turnovers. I'll talk about the turnovers in just a sec. But Angel had a really good game. And the reason why is because we saw a lot of variety in her game. Early on, we saw, point forward Angel, the Angel who would be around the perimeter, and she knocked down a 3-point shot earlier today in the corner. She knocked down a mid-range jumper around the free throw line ish area. She was around the perimeter making some stuff happen, finding her teammates, yada yada yada. Okay, and then we start to see more of in the second half. I would say more of what we saw last year from Angel, where she's hovering around the free throw line. She's getting the basketball. She's thinking about high-low action with her and Camilla. She's thinking about, okay, what guards can I pass it to? She's doing that. And also, we saw Angel posting up. We saw a variety of of Angel's game today, and I think that's necessary, and that's what this team needs to focus on. It shouldn't be just Angel around the perimeter, right? Have a mix of it. Change it up. Make some stuff happen. And we saw some success with that. Now, does Angel still need to work on her turnovers? Yes. And so does the rest of the team. Angel, 5 turnovers. Ariel Atkins, 5 turnovers. Camilla Cardoso, 3 turnovers. This is a team that finishes the game with a whopping 22 turnovers. You're gonna find it difficult to win a game against anybody when you have 22 turnovers and the other team only has 9. Turnovers is a thing that continues to kill the Chicago Sky, and yeah, it's gonna continue to be a thing. It's going to continue to be a thing. Now, this team needs to continue to work on communication. There were so many times where it's like, oh, one player is thinking one thing, the other player is thinking another, and turnover. Or there's times when these players are just playing a little bit too fast, and you lose. You're thinking, oh, I can get this pass in. Actually, nope, the ball was stolen. And there are times where this team just really needs to play with more logic on the court. Sometimes it's very obvious for anybody, even people watching on TV, to know exactly who the Sky was about to pass it to. And if we can read it, if everybody in the arena know who is about to get that next pass, because you're making it very obvious by looking at the person and making it very obvious of what the play is, well, you're gonna get the ball stolen. So many turnovers in this game by the Chicago Sky, and this is something that they continue to need to work on. Now, field goal wise, like the Sky were not bad. They shot 42% from the field. Not bad. Not bad in terms of scoring, in terms of field goal percentage. However, the thing that killed them, the thing that killed this team, was the fact that they had a ton of turnovers. The fact that they just kept getting in their way when there were opportunities for them to put together several really good plays. Right now, does the New York Liberty score a ton on those turnovers? No, they don't. Right? They only score They only scored 20 points off of the Sky's turnovers. Now, 20 points is a lot. Is not as much as it could be with 22 turnovers, but you get the point. Turnovers are a thing, right? If the Sky don't give away those 20 points, we have a different ball game, a very different ball game. But I will say this again: I saw good stuff specifically from Angel today. I saw some really good stuff. I also saw a team that didn't actually give up. Now, I've seen the Chicago Sky team. If sometimes I'm watching them and it feels like they gave up. It feels like they gave up and they're like, whatever, it's over, we lost. But today, I don't think they gave up. Now, do they still get killed bad? Yes, they do. Yes, because the Chicago Sky are not a good team right now. They're not. They're just not. They are just not. You can play with effort, and I think that the Chicago Sky did have effort. However, turnovers are an issue. You need to get Camilla involved more early in the game. You need to kind of work on who you're putting in when, because Michaela Onyenuede, she barely played in this game. She primarily played in the fourth quarter, and when she came in, she started knocking down some shots. Right, 8 points for her, for Michaela, 8 points for Kia Nurse. Right, so they did something, but you need more from your team. Right. Yes, D-time, Hailey Van Lith is not ready. She's not. I've said that for forever. I'm going to keep saying that. She did play with a lot of effort today. That's all I can ask. Because she's not a WNBA point guard. She's not. In my opinion, she is someone who has no business really playing more than 10 minutes a game, if that. However, that's not where this team is. This team needs her to play a lot of minutes. This team needs her to develop quickly. And at least she's fighting. At least she's fighting. At least she is hustling. At least she's doing some stuff, right? Now, is she the point guard that this team needs? No, she's not. I think everybody knows that. But, okay, what else can you do? Can you try to be aggressive on defense? Can you try not to turn over the basketball that much? And she did that, Now, again, was it a great performance? No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. But if you consider the fact that she is not ready to be in the position that she's in, it is what it is. This team is learning. Right? 5 points for Hailey Van Lith. She does knock down her first 3-point basket of her rookie season, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it's still not great. Again, this is someone who has her head down, or at times when she's dribbling and she can't get the pass to her teammates. This is someone who dribbles far, far, far too much. This is someone who just again, she's not ready. However, can you bring effort? She gave effort. Now, is that a consolation prize? It seems like it, but it is what it is. That's where the Chicago Sky are. This is not a great team. However, can you get better and better and better and better and better? And can you not give up during a game? And it felt like they did not give up. In today's game, they did not give up. They actually tried. Now, did they fail miserably? Yes. But the effort was there. It was. And at this point, that's all you can ask for. This does not seem like a playoff team for the Chicago Sky. This does not seem like a great team for the Chicago Sky this year in terms of where they're going to finish in the standings. However, this is let's get better incrementally. Let's work on some stuff, and let's see the results probably later in the year and or next year. And so we're seeing some of that work that Angel has been doing in Unrivaled with Lisa Leslie in the just before the season started in practice. We saw some of that come to fruition today in her 3-point shot, in her confidence, right? So yeah. Mark, thanks so much for the super chat. Says, Quita, honest question, where do the Sky go from here? No top draft picks, free agency, I'd imagine. Players don't want to come here. Trade, where to even start? All love. Well, thank you so much, Mark, for the super chat. Well, I will say that the Sky start from deciding who they want on their team come next year and doing everything in their power to develop those players now. At this point, does it make sense to do trades? Sure, probably, to get this guy better and get them to win more games. However, Will that affect your ability to actually make the playoffs? Probably not. Will you have to give up future draft picks if you want to do some sort of trades? Probably, or you'd have to give up too much. And so at this point, does it make sense to trade? Probably not. Probably not. I would say this team needs to decide. Okay, who is going to stay on this team going forward? Who is it going to be? Is it just Angel and Camilla? Right? Is it Angel, Camilla, and Michaela? Like, what? Is it just Camilla? Is it just Angel? Is it whoever? Is it whoever is going to be on this team? You need Jeff Pagliacca and Tyler Marsh needs to figure that out right now. And for the rest of the season, they need to run plays specifically for those players. And they need to say, you know what, this is our future, and we need to develop them now because we're not making the playoffs. We're not going to be that good. It's okay. Let's play with heart. Let's play with hustle. And let's get these players better for next year. Right? And so I think ultimately, now as a fan, is that good? No, because that means just a whole lot more losing. But in the long term, I think that would be better for the team. D-Time says, thank you so much for the Zoom chat, says Atkins playing the point in this team, question mark? No, she's not playing the point. Yeah, she is the 2 guard, and at times the 3 guard. Matthew says, I thought we were talking about trades the other way. LOL. We need to trade to get picks, not give them up. This season is over. We need to get young players / picks and look to the future. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah. Because this season's over. Yeah. Who do you want to be on the future of the team and develop those players? And then figure out a way to get more draft picks. Yeah. But yeah, that's the game. Am I pissed that the Sky lost? Not really. I was expecting it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's within the range of what I was hoping for. They did, in my opinion, Layla give up a good fight. They did not give up. So that's something. Again, does it really matter in the grand scheme of things because they lost? Not really. But from a team confidence standpoint, from a this is a rebuild year, and we just gotta get in where we fit in and get better as time goes on. Yeah, that's the thing. Thank you, Kevin. Salute to you, man. Says, what up? Welcome to All City. Thank you. I am very happy to be a part of the All City family. And guys, if y'all don't know, if you all don't know, I am partnering with All City for Quita in the morning, no S, morning. I wanted to work with them because I think they do some great stuff. I've been a follower of All City for a while. This is a organization that has been doing sports coverage right, using video largely. Like again, I got shout out to all the people who do print. Shout out to all those people. However, I'm a video person. I would rather watch and listen than read. And I want people to engage with others, right? And so in All City, that's what they do. Like CHGO, the Phoenix channel, the Denver channel, Dallas, that's what they do. And I think it's awesome. And so they reached out to me, and I was like, actually, yes, I'm very familiar with this company because I'm a subscriber and have been for a long time of CHGO. And so I think it's kind of cool that we were able to make this thing happen. They have helped out the graphics and look and overall feel of the show, and hopefully y'all are enjoying it. I got an intro video that, in my opinion, looks pretty awesome with some awesome music. I have just stuff that they've been working on, and then we actually got the podcast up. So make sure to subscribe to Quita in the Morning podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever. Make sure to get it. If you all don't want to watch the video version on YouTube, you can also just listen to it as a podcast. That's pretty awesome as well. But again, I think this is just a cool partnership, and it's always great when things align, right? Where their goal of getting more in the women's space, and my goal of just elevating the product and also elevating the stature of the show. I think it aligned well. and we were able to make this partnership work. And so shout out to the people at All City. And also make sure to join me tomorrow morning at 7:15 Central Time, 8:15 Eastern Time. Make sure to join me right here for another edition of Quita in the morning. And with that being said, I do kind of have to go because in order for me to have that stream in the morning, I gotta go to sleep, wake up early, write out my script, and get to work. All right, so again, thank y'all so much. D-Time, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Atkins should be playing the point and pushing the pace, not Angel. Here's the deal. Ariel Atkins also is not a point guard. And Angel is not playing the point. Now, at times in this game, did we see Angel push the ball up the court? Yes. Is Angel the primary ball handler for this team? No, she's not. Should Angel be the primary ball handler for this team? No, she should not. Of course. I don't think it's rational to think that she should be. But is she someone who, if the guard is facing a lot of defense, can she bring up the basketball? Sure. Can she initiate offense straight off of a rebound? Sure, she absolutely can. And that's what we saw in today's game. We're not seeing her be the primary, right? So yeah. Vic says, so who would be your number one pick for this guy? I mean, Lauren Betts. I mean, I don't know how you would ignore Lauren Betts. I think it would have to be Lauren Betts. Have to be. Thank you so much, Shamika, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Says, thanks for the stream, Q. Always a good time. Well, salute to you. Thank you so much for your support. Guys, I do got to go because I got to go to sleep. And I will see y'all bright and early right here tomorrow at 7:15 a.m. All right, guys. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.